Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udapatakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sargana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parjana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishakam Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Radha Kanda Namotu Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravakramanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo Hare Krishna Hari Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna Vandana Mataji Hare Krishna Arun Prabhu
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam.
Pranam. Pranam. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 17. Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhiryasya na lipyate atvapi sa iman lokan nahanti na nibhadyate. Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhiryasya na lipyate atvapi sa iman lokan nahanti na nibhadyate. Sachi Mataji and Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yasya naha krato bhavo buddhiryasya na lipyate hatva pisa ima lokan nahanti na nibhatyate.
Very good.
Translation, Prabhu.
Yeah.
One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills many in this world, does not kill, nor he is bound by his actions.
Very good. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. So Krishna is giving a clear picture to Arjuna, who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled. What does it mean? Sachi Mataji, can you explain what is the meaning of who is not motivated by false ego?
Prabhu, he does not have desire to. Arjuna is not fighting for his own sense gratification or his own ahankara, Prabhu. He's actually working according to Krishna's desire.
Okay.
So he is not having any karma for it, because if we kill people, we are bound by all that karma. But because this is for Krishna's pleasure and for based on Krishna's instructions, Arjuna is not bound by its karma.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. It's nice, very nice. But what exactly does this mean? Not motivated by false ego.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I try?
Yeah.
इसका मतलब ये है प्रभुजी कि उससे ये नहीं है कि I am the doer of anything, like whatever he is doing, that is the wish of by the wish of God. He is always feeling like this.
By the will of providence, yes. That's a very
Yes.
good point. Thank you so much. but still I'm not getting what exactly I want to get from you all. Not motivated by false ego.
मीन्स प्रभु जी मिथ्या अहंकार, झूठा अहंकार.
Yeah, what is that? This is what I want to know. What is that mithya ahankar?
दिस वन दैट कि मैं ही ये चीज कर रहा हूँ,
मैं ही
ये कार्य कर रहा हूँ, but I am doing this thing.
I am doing, yeah. So to be more precise, not on a bodily platform.
No,
Okay. शारीरिक अवबोध नहीं है. Not
yeah,
on a platform. So false ego makes a person on a bodily platform. True ego makes a person on a spiritual platform. This is the difference. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, if a person is not motivated by false ego, that this is his body, I am this body, all I mean, this my wife or husband or children or father, this is my pupil, my land. These are all what? Bodily conception. But a person who is not motivated thinks everything is Krishna's energy. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahman. Right? I am just part of that energy. Mamai Vamsu Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. I am not independent. I am not the doer. I am not this body. I am Atma, who is connected to Paramatma. And whatever I am doing is to please him. So this conception, we will get, or we will take only when we are not motivated by this false ego of owning this body as ourselves. And whose intelligence is not entangled. What does it mean?
Mental speculations, Prabhuji.
Mataji?
Mental speculations, Prabhuji.
Yeah, mental speculation. And one thinks that, everything around me is for my pleasure. Okay. So intelligence has to be sharpened by how do we sharpen our intelligence? How do we sharpen our intelligence?
Studying scriptures, Prabhuji.
Yeah, studying scriptures. Then by studying scriptures, we will come to know that all that, our body, mind, intelligence, everything has to be dovetailed in the service of Krishna. So if we use that intelligence for our sense pleasure, then we'll get entangled. So once we start using the same intelligence for the pleasure of Krishna, then we will not get entangled in this material. So such people, though he kills men, in this world does not kill. Because their activity is just to please Krishna, not to please, as Sachimataji rightly said, it is not to please our senses. Such a person who is not motivated by false ego and whose intelligence is not entangled, kills a person not whimsically, but to please Krishna as per the instruction of Krishna. So even if he kills, does not kill, nor is he bound by his action, because he is not acting whimsically on his own accord. He is just receiving the instruction from Guru Sadhu Shastra, and here in this case, directly from Krishna. So he will not be entangled at all by his actions. Is it clear? So in this verse, the Lord informs Arjuna that the desire not to fight arises from false ego. Okay, see, Arjuna doesn't want to fight because of false ego. What is false ego? Because he thinks that this is my body, that is my teacher's body, this is my guru's body, this is my friend's body. Like that, he identifies with body on a bodily platform. So he thinks that he becomes the cause of destruction of his friends and relatives' bodies. And he will have to entangle in this material world again and again because of that sinful actions. So Arjuna thought himself to be the doer of action. So he thinks that whatever action he does, it is his action and he will have to get the reaction of that action. But when it comes from the Supreme Lord himself, why he has to worry? He doesn't have to partake any sinful reaction for that, because he is doing that activity on the instruction of the Supreme Authority. But he did not consider the Supreme sanction within and without. So the sanction from within is as Paramatma, and without as Bhagavan Krishna himself. If one does not know that a super sanction is there, why should he act? If one does not know that a super sanction is there, why should he act? But one who knows the instruments of work, himself as the worker and the Supreme Lord as Supreme sanction, is perfect in doing everything. So the person who knows the work, the worker, the Supreme Lord as a sanction, is perfect. He is doing everything. Such a person is never in illusion. Personal activity and responsibility arise from false ego and godlessness or lack of Krishna consciousness. One has to take the responsibility and accountability only when he thinks he is the doer. Everything is happening because of his action. He doesn't know the sanction of the sanctioner, the Supreme Lord, who is doing everything. But then one should not do things whimsically. He should do only according to the instruction of the revealed scriptures. Then he will not get entangled. So anyone who is acting in Krishna consciousness under the direction of the Super Soul or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though killing, does not kill. Because we are not doing anything whimsically. It is just by the instruction of the authority. Nor is he ever affected by the reaction of such killing. When a soldier kills under the command of a superior officer, he is not subject to be judged. So in the war, the commander-in-chief is instructing the soldiers, come on, go and shoot, kill the enemies. Will they be entangled in this action? No, because it is by the order of the superior officer. So he takes the responsibility. But if a soldier kills on his own personal account, then he is certainly judged by court of law. The same soldier, he picks up some quarrel with the neighbors and kills the person, the neighbor. He'll be judged by the court of law. He'll have to suffer in jail for that action without the authority of the superior people. Okay, so any questions or any comments? Okay, so we'll go to 18. Jnanam jnayam parijñāta trividha karma chodana karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. Jnanam jnayam parijñāta trividha karma chodana karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. Tarani Mataji and Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविध कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविध कर्म संग्रहः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action.
Very bold. Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. So Krishna is giving, further clarity. What are the, what are the three factors that motivate action, and what are the three constituents of action? Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action, and the senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. There are three kinds of impetus for daily work: knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower. The instruments of work, the work itself, and the worker are called the constituents of work. Any work done by any human being has these three elements, these elements. Before one acts, there is some impetus, which is called inspiration. Any solution arrived at before, work is actualized in a subtle form of work. So before we do any action, that action is where it is conceived before we do any action. Suppose I want to go to Dubai, from Abu Dhabi to Dubai. Okay, that is a plan. That's the activity I'm planning to do. So where this activity is conceived first, where it is conceived.
In the mind, Prabhuji.
Yes, in the mind. In subtle form, it is a framework is conceived in the mind. Okay, I want to go to, okay, I will get up at 8 o'clock. I will go by 8:50. I'll take the 8:15 bus or train. I will get down on so-and-so place. Then I will take a taxi. Then I'll go to my friend's house. I will do this. I will talk this. So everything is framed in the mind. That just one activity, thinking of going from one place to another place. Okay, how many things I have conceived in my mind? So first, everything is conceived in the mind, isn't it? Then it actually comes out in action. So that's why it is said here, before work is actualized in subtle form of work. Then suppose you are going to meet your friend, okay, to discuss some serious subject matters. So before you meet that friend, everything is in your mind. What you are going to speak, how you are going to present it, how you are going to solve the problem. Everything is there. We have made a framework of that in your mind, isn't it? Then work takes the form of action. So the activity is done in mind, then practically you are doing the action. First one is to undergo the psychological process of thinking, feeling, and willing. And that is called impetus. So that's called impetus. Okay? Thinking, feeling, and willing. The inspiration to work is the same if it comes from the scriptures or from the instruction of the spiritual master. So where does it come from? Either from scripture or from the spiritual master. When the inspiration is there and the worker is there, then actual activity takes place by the help of the senses, including the mind, which is the center of all senses. The sixth sense is mind. That is the center of all the senses. And that mind captures everything and instructs the senses to do the respective activity. The sum total of all the constituents of an activity is called the accumulation work. Okay, the sum total of all the constituents of an activity is called the accumulation. So how many factors are there? How many constituents are there? 6, which are knowledge, the object of knowledge, the knower that motivate the action, and the senses, the work, and the doer are the total 6 constituents. When Hayagriva Prabhu, Hayagriva Prabhu, one of the very close disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he was on and off, coming and going. He was not stable in Krishna consciousness, but he was a very good devotee who was giving very nice association, very good support to Srila Prabhupada. He was a professor in English. So he was editing and writing all, the proofreading, everything he was doing. So much seva he was doing. So Prabhupada was very much, in close association with him. He wanted his service. So he knew very good English language, also editing and proofreading and typing, all these things he knew well. Sometimes, he goes back to his olden habits. He leaves a temple and he goes back. So whenever he is not available, he's absent, then he'll ask, Prabhupada will ask, where is Hayagriva? Where is Hayagriva? Then devotee said, Prabhupada, Hayagriva is gone, he's no more. We don't know where he is. Like that. Then after a few days or few months, he'll come back again. So Prabhupada thought, he will just trick him. So he came to know, Hayagriva came to know that there was a rumor that Prabhupada is going to make him temple president so that he will stick there. He will not go away. So he got this, news that Prabhupada is trying to make him temple president, and he wants to somehow avoid becoming president, because becoming president means responsibility. He has to be there in the temple. He doesn't want to remain there permanently. So, Hayagriva Prabhu thought so many points, so many reasons for not becoming temple president. So he, chalked out all the possible, points to refute Prabhupada, so that he doesn't want to become the. Prabhupada will say, you become, then I will say so and so reasons. I cannot become temple president. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many points he has just thought of, so that he can just very well refute in argument and he can avoid becoming temple president. So he thought everything like that. So he made everything in his mind, all the answers of possible questions of Prabhupada. So, he went to Prabhupada, then Prabhupada called him. So Hayagriva Prabhu went to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, I have a seva for you. Yes, Prabhupada, whatever, please tell me, whatever you order, I will accept it. Oh, really? You please become a sannyasi. He was shocked of his life. He never expected this. He thought that Prabhupada will ask him to become a temple president, but here Prabhupada is asking him to become a sannyasi. So he didn't have any points to refute. Then immediately he couldn't think of anything. Then Prabhupada, Hayagriva Prabhu said, Prabhupada, you say anything else, I cannot become sannyasi. I am not following the principles also properly. How you expect me to become a sannyasi? You tell me anything else, then it's okay, but I cannot become a sannyasi. Immediately Prabhupada said, okay, become temple president. That was the idea. Prabhupada wanted me to become temple president, but he took this trick. So he tricked him in such a way that he was cornered from all the sides, and he had no answer to refute. So like that. So he prepared everything. He conceived all the points in his mind, but then it was all, of no use. Like that, Prabhupada is so intelligent. He knows he can read the mind of his disciples and followers. Next, 19. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridhaiva guna bhedatam prochyate guna sankhyane यथावशृणुतान्यपि ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च हृदयवा गुणभेदतां रोचते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावशृणुतान्यपि. Okay, Mayuri Mataji and Ramya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि.
Revolt.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
According to the three modes of material nature, there are three kinds of knowledge: action and performer of action. Now hear of them from me. Hare Krishna.
Revolt. According to the three different modes of material nature, there are three kinds of knowledge, action, and performer of action. Now hear of them from me. In the 14th chapter, the three divisions of the modes of material nature were elaborately described. Which are the three modes of material nature? Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. In that chapter, it was said that the mode of goodness is illuminating, the mode of passion, materialistic, and the mode of ignorance, conducive to laziness, indolence. So the mode of goodness is knowledge, illuminating. The mode of passion is sense enjoyment, and the mode of ignorance is laziness, indolence, like that. So in three different modes, people live in this material world. All the modes of material natures are binding. Whether you are in Sattvagun, Rajogun, or Tamogun, we will be bound in this material world if we live in any of the three modes of material nature. So one has to slowly and gradually transcend the three modes. Only then you will be liberated from this material existence. Even in the mode of goodness, one is conditioned. In the 17th chapter, the different types of worship by different types of men in different modes of material nature were described. In this verse, the Lord says that he wishes to speak about the different types of knowledge, workers, and works itself according to the three material modes. Okay. So, Lord has already explained in the 17th chapter different types of men in different modes of material nature. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Now, what he wants to speak or explain to Arjuna is the different types of knowledge, workers, and the work itself in these three modes of material nature. Sarva bhudeshu yenaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tatjnanam vidhi satvikam. Sarva bhudeshu yenaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tatjnanam vidhi satvikam. Okay, Ramya Mataji and Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sarvabhuteshu yainekam bhavamavyayamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tatjnanam vidhi satvikam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in the mode of goodness.
Very good. So what is that knowledge that falls in the category of mode of goodness? That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities. Though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in the mode of goodness. Okay. So what do you mean by undivided spiritual nature and divided into innumerable forms? What do you mean? What is it? What do you understand? Can anyone explain?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, seeing everyone as soul, split soul.
What is that?
Seeing everyone as the spirit soul, Prabhuji, without discriminating the
Okay.
appearance.
Yes. So everyone as spirit soul, one undivided spiritual nature.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Does it say that God is present in each and every one in
Yes.
minute form?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
one.
Yes. Yes. So Lord, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamsu Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. My part and parcel in each and every living entity. It is the same spirit, same quality, but in quantity it differs. Okay. It is the one undivided spiritual nature. It's same, whether it is in the form of in the body of a tiger or an elephant or an ant or microbe. It is the same, undivided. Though they are divided into innumerable forms, and it seems that they are divided into innumerable forms, isn't it? But the spirit soul remains same whether they are in animals or humans or aquatics or trees and birds. You should understand to be in the mode of goodness. So such a person with that vision, a person who has that angle of vision is supposed to be in the mode of goodness. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hasani Sunichaiva Sopakecha Pandita Samadashina. Isn't it? So they see in each and every form the same spirit soul is there. It is not that in the elephant the spirit soul is different and in the ant it is different, or in human being it is different. No, it's the same undivided spiritual nature. A person who sees one spirit soul in every living being, whether a demigod, human being, animal, bird, beast, aquatic, or plant, possesses knowledge in the mode of goodness. Got it? There's no difference. It's not that in a small ant it's different, and in the elephant it's different, in a dog it is different. No, all the same quality. In all living entities, one spirit soul is there, although they have different bodies in terms of their previous birth. But the body may differ. It may be big, it may be small. Okay, but spirit soul remain the same. And how do they get that body? According to their own previous karma. As described in the 7th chapter, the manifestation of the living force in every body is due to the superior nature of the Supreme Lord. It is due to the superior nature of the Supreme Lord. Thus, to see that one superior nature, that living force in every body is to see in the mode of goodness. So such knowledge is in the mode of goodness. That living entity is imperishable, although the bodies are perishable. Differences are perceived in terms of the body because there are many forms of middle existence in the conditioned life. The living force appears to be divided. Such impersonal knowledge is an aspect of self-realization. Okay. So how we perceive the differences only in terms of body, not in terms of the soul. Because there are many forms of material existence in the conditioned life depending upon the karma. Whatever the karma, one has, accordingly they will be awarded different bodies according to the karma and the desires. So the living force appears to be divided. Oh, so all these living forces are divided, appears to be. Such impersonal knowledge is an aspect of self-realization. Now, this is a knowledge that takes one to the impersonal aspect of it. Okay. So, and it's an aspect of self-realization. So any questions or any comments? Okay, we'll move to 21. पृथक्त्वेना तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसं पृथक्त्वेना तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसं. Okay, Mayuri Mataji and Tarani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विधि राजसम्.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. That knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity, you should understand to be in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
That knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity, you should understand to be in the mode of passion. So what is that knowledge that is categorized in the mode of passion? That people who think that in every body there are different types of living entity, different soul. That is knowledge in the mode of passion, Rajogun. The concept that the material body is the living entity and that with the destruction of the body, the consciousness is also destroyed is called knowledge in the mode of passion. So what is the concept? Material body itself is the living entity. They are getting different types of body. Okay, it's different type of living entity. They don't give importance to the soul within. So such knowledge is in the mode of passion. According to that knowledge, bodies differ from one another because of the development of different types of consciousness. Otherwise, there is no separate soul which manifests consciousness. The body is itself the soul and there is no separate soul beyond the body. So they think that the body itself is the soul and there is no separate soul beyond the body. According to such knowledge, consciousness is temporary or else there are no individual souls. But there is an all-pervading soul which is full of knowledge and this body is a manifestation of temporary ignorance. They think that there is soul, but it is not the individual soul. No, that body itself is a soul and they are talking about the Paramatma. So that is ignorance. Or beyond this body, there is no special individual or supreme soul. Even they don't, some people even don't accept the existence of individual soul as well as the supreme. All such conceptions are considered products of the mode of passion. So all this knowledge, different types of knowledge, some says body, soul itself, some say there is no soul, only super soul is there. Some says no soul, no super soul also. So all these different types of concepts are in the mode of passion. Is it clear? So text 22. Yattu Krishna vade kasmin karye saktam ahaitukam atat vartha vadalpam cha tattamasam dahridam. Yattu Krishna vade kasmin karye saktam ahaitukam atat vartha vadalpam cha tattamasam dahridam. Sachimadaji and Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhu. Yattu Krishnavadeksh ekasmin karye saktam ahitukam atatvartavadalpam cha tattamasamudahritam. Prabhu, from Bakala people have come. I'll read the translation, Prabhu. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness.
Very good. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness. So what is the knowledge in the mode of darkness? That knowledge when one is attached to some sort of work, and that is all in all. Without knowledge of the truth, what is that truth? The existence of Atma and Paramatma, and the body is different. So that truth, they don't understand the difference of body, and they don't accept the existence of soul and super soul. So that is the truth. And that is said to be in the mode of darkness. The knowledge of the common man is always in the mode of darkness or ignorance, because every living entity in conditioned life is born into the mode of ignorance. What is the slogan? Every living entity in conditional life is born into the mode of ignorance. What is the slogan? Every living entity in conditional life is born into the mode of ignorance. Janmana jayade Shudra. Okay. When a person takes birth, he is born as a Shudra. Samskarat bhave dvija. By performing samskaras, okay, he becomes twice born. One is born from the parents. The second one is the spiritual birth when he takes diksha. Samskarat bhavet dvija. Veda pathanat bhavet vipra. By studying Vedas, he becomes learned scholar. Okay. Brahma janati idi brahmana. Okay. Brahma janati idi brahmana. Those who know Brahman is called Brahmana. Okay. So Janmana jayade Shudra. Everybody is born as a Shudra only. That's what it is said here. Every living entity in the conditioned life is born into the mode of ignorance. Shudra means ignorance. One who does not develop knowledge through the authorities or scriptural injunction has no knowledge that is limited to the body. So beyond body, they don't go at all. Everything is on bodily platform. This is my money, my place, my house, my country, my people, all related to the body only. He is not concerned about acting in terms of the directions of the scripture. They don't follow any scriptural injunctions. For him, God is money, and knowledge means the satisfaction of bodily demands. Okay, for such people, money is honey. And knowledge means the satisfaction of bodily demands. Such knowledge has no connection with the absolute truth. It is more or less like the knowledge of the ordinary animals. The knowledge of eating, sleeping, defending, and meeting. Ahara nidra bhaya maithuna. So this knowledge even the animals have. So what to speak of the human beings? What is the difference? They are also doing the same activities, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. We are also doing in little sophisticated way, but the activity remains same. So if we are in the mode of ignorance, there is no difference between us and the animals. They are sleeping on the street. We are sleeping in the room on a Dunlop bed, but activity remains same. Sleeping, eating, they are also eating. We are also eating. Activity remains same, but our eating habits, we cook and we try to see that it's delicious for our tongue. But whatever they get, which is suitable for their consumption, they eat. They don't cook. They are not neat and clean like us, but the eating activity remains same. Like that, mating, defending, everything is. So such people are in the mode of, such knowledge is in the mode of ignorance. So if it is more or less like the knowledge of the ordinary animals, the knowledge of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, such knowledge is described here as the product of the mode of darkness. In other words, knowledge concerning the spirit soul beyond the body is called knowledge in the mode of goodness. Knowledge producing many theories and doctrines by dint of mundane logic and mental speculation is a product of mode of passion, and knowledge concerned only with keeping the body comfortable is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So in brief, how we can understand knowledge in goodness, passion, and ignorance? Okay, knowledge concerning the spirit soul beyond the body. So a person who has the knowledge of the spirit soul, the existence of the spirit soul, that is Jivatma, and the Paramatma, that is in the mode of goodness. And the knowledge producing many theories. We manufacture many theories. We speculate different theories and doctrines. How? By dint of mundane logic and mental speculation. That is the product of mode of passion. And the knowledge concerned only keeping the body in the center, on the body platform, for a comfortable living, on a bodily platform. That is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Okay, so any points or any questions? We'll go to the next sloka then. One more sloka we'll take. Niyatam sankarahitam araga dveshadakritam aphala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. Niyatam sankarahitam araga dveshadakritam aphala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. Ramya Mataji and Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Niyatam sangarahitam araga dveshatat kritam afala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That action which is regulated and which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred, and without desire for fruitive result is said to be in the mode of goodness.
Okay. First, now Krishna explained about the knowledge in 3 different modes. Now he's explaining about the action, activity in 3 different modes. So, what is the action in the mode of goodness? That action which is regulated. Regulated means as per scriptures. Okay. In the scriptures, different types of activities are given. Okay. That is karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma is fruity activities. Vikarma is forbidden activities. Akarma is activities to please Krishna. Okay, so the action which is regulated. So as per the scriptures, whatever is given, whatever is recommended. So that is regulated action. So sinful activities are not recommended in the scriptures. So that should be avoided. So it can be akarma or karma. So that's regulated, which is performed without attachment. Then it becomes what? When such an action is performed without attachment, it becomes what? when karma is performed without attachment, it becomes
The
akarma.
karma,
It becomes akarma.
akarma.
Yeah. Without love or hatred. No attachment, no aversion. Neutral. As a duty, we are supposed to do that activity. And without desire for fruitive results. It's not karma for expecting with expectation of some result. Is said to be in the mode of goodness. Okay. We cannot say akarma exactly because akarma is that activity that pleases Krishna. So we cannot put exactly, it can be sakama karma also. Okay. But then here it is mentioned that it's without attachment. So in sakama karma, there is attachment also. And without love, that is neutral. So it is activity, you can say nishkama karma. But no attachment to devotional activity. So when it gets attached to devotional activity to please Krishna, it is still on a higher level, beyond mode of goodness. So here it is the mode of goodness that is categorized, the action categorized in the mode of goodness. Regulated, without attachment, without love or hatred, or without attachment or aversion, and without desire for fruitive result is said to be in the mode of goodness. Regulated occupational duties as prescribed in the scriptures in terms of different orders and divisions of society. What is this? Different orders and divisions of society. What does it mean?
Prabhu, is it Varna Ashrama, Prabhu?
Very good. Varnashrama. Very good. Very good. Performed without attachment or property rights, and therefore without any love or hatred, and performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Supreme, without self-satisfaction or self-gratification, are called actions. So here, it in purport, Prabhupada makes it very clear. So it is Krishna conscious activities in brief. So it's not even Nishkama karma. It is karma in Krishna consciousness. Activity in Krishna consciousness. Because yes, very clearly Prabhupada says, so without any love or hatred and performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Supreme. So that's again a karma. Without self-satisfaction or self-gratification are called actions in the mode of goodness. That means Krishna conscious activity is the mode of goodness. Not having an attachment nor aversion and not for self-interest but for the satisfaction of Supreme. So that is the mode of goodness. Okay, so I think it's 10 already. We'll take 24th next week. We started from
17, Prabhu.
17. Okay. So 17 to 23. Okay, fine. Vancha kalpada rubesha kripa sindhubheva cha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. Okay, Hare Krishna. I'll close the recording. I did not record. Yeah, it is recording.